Welcome back to the WordPool podcast, episode 15, otherwise known as the season finale.
All right, that was just a little of an intro.
Why did you re-record that?
Well,
we have quite a show for you today, including Jackson, Lucas, and no 2-1 special guest. Thank you for this message.
Dude,
well,
that wasn't pre-set up.
Like
I didn't know that was gonna happen.
like he said, 0-1 special guest, and really there is 0.
There is 0.
But
no special guest.
We do have a tea. I have a fresh tea.
I have water.
Well, I'm here today. We're
and
here
my water's
today.
almost empty too.
Well, we go over there to that cooler. I got some water in there, maybe. But
Fair point.
What I'm saying is that this is the season finale of the WordPool.
Woohoo,
Yeah! We're never putting on the show again. The channel will be deleted 3 days after this airs, which will be on July 13th. So if you guys
13th.
want...
Oh, yeah. Future. Sorry. My bad.
we're
I'm
in
breaking the
past.
immersion. I'm
See,
sorry.
I'm recording this the day before I leave, and it'll be posted the day after I get back. So the trip went pretty well, if I do say so myself.
If you say so. What if you die in a plane crash, though?
This is still going to premiere, so... I mean, this will be my final words, so... What I want to say... Oh, I just opened TikTok. Didn't mean to do that.
Why would you do that?
What I want to
That's
say...
a sin.
Well, look, I think that we had a good run, and what I hear is that when a plane crashes, you don't feel it, so,
I don't believe that.
Well, I don't want to bum the audience down. I mean, we got quite a lot of things to go through in the next hour, but let's just start off by saying that if a plane crashes, the impact, like if it hits straight to the ground, like, 9/11.
What if you hit the water?
If it hits the water?
That's what you're going to hit.
If I hit water, now is the plane going to explode?
Yeah.
Well, then no problem. What do I got to do? Like, if it explodes, I die. If anything, it's going to hurt a little bit more because my singed body will fall into the water.
But your singed body will not feel pleasant at all.
Right.
Burning
Be more painful.
It's like
the longer I'm alive, the more pain I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
And you're also drowning at the same time. Don't forget that. So
if
oxygen,
I'm even
plus
conscious,
burn wounds,
if I'm even conscious,
That's true.
Oh, that one didn't even work.
OMG, that makes me want to die.
Wait, one more time for those who didn't hear in the back.
OMG, that makes me want to die.
And that's what I'm saying.
Why do you have sound clips?
It would make me want to die if I just saw that, or if I had to live through that. Anyway, we got quite a show, so let's get right.
Disclaimer: we did not watch the movie.
Let's get right to the point. We'll open season 2. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. This will be the season finale of this season of the WordPool, and then next season, which will probably be like a couple weeks, maybe like into August, or maybe when school starts back up. I don't know.
Who knows?
Taking a hiatus. We got to go on vacation.
You have to go on vacation.
Yeah, but we're gonna be going on vacation together, away from this podcast. So.
Disclaimer, I'm not actually going to Hawaii. Hawaii was never invited to me.
Well, it was, but not on this venture. It has previously.
Hawaii was once previously invited to me over fall break, but I couldn't go.
Yeah.
The end.
So anyway, so the podcast will end, and then we will return.
We don't have a camera.
Yeah. These bits are for me. Yeah, they don't need to know. They don't need to know. No, they don't need to.
Okay, well, this will be behind the scenes. Patreon.
Yeah,
for the camera.
Yeah, let's get a Patreon. All 10 people. If 10 people give us $1, we'll be able to buy food when we record podcasts. That'd be great.
We'll be able to restock the fridge.
Yeah, I'm running real low. The sun's getting real low. But
no, the sun doesn't get low anymore. Remember?
We'll get back. What?
It's summer, dude. The sun literally never goes out.
Do you know that in Alaska there's only 4 hours of darkness? Do you know that one? All right. Crazy.
Moving right along.
As I was saying, the season will end, and then we'll take a hiatus. Then sometime we'll come back, and we will have new assets, and we'll have new other stuff. I might make a Twitter. That'd be good for all 10 people to follow. That'd be like my record-breaking following number. But anyway, so we got a list to do. But first, here's another soundbite.
What a crazy story. Please continue.
And that I will. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get into some top predictions for Pokemon on the Switch. Now, as we all know, those being us two, the people recording, there are Switch games coming out.
Yeah.
Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Shield. And these games are supposed to be really good because they're on the Switch and they have higher quality. And
it's in Europe.
And they have a new feature where it's called Dynamaxing, where you could turn your Pokeball into a big Pokeball. And
like
your
the anime.
Your Pokemon become big Pokemon.
Like that big Tentacruel, or that big Dragonite.
Yeah.
Or that big Tyranitar.
You know they didn't air the Tentacruel episode because of 9/11. Because in the trailer, Tentacruel's smashing buildings, and right around that time, something else smashed buildings.
I thought I've seen that episode, though.
I think they aired it once, and then they never aired it again.
Does that mean I've seen it the one time?
Maybe.
That's weird.
Unless they lifted the ban. They also banned the Porygon episode.
Well, that one was for, like, medical things.
Yeah, because a bunch of Japanese kids got sent to the hospital. Yeah.
Anyway,
that
has nothing to do with Pokemon.
I'm just trying to have fun in the finale of the episode, but yeah. So in this Switch version, let's go back and forth. I'll let you go first. What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are you expecting? What do you think you're like excited for?
I'm excited just to have a Pokemon game. I recently played Ultra Moon. It was pretty average. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that bad. I'm hoping that it's a little bit more difficult. I know it probably won't be. It'd be interesting if they added some sort of way to make it more difficult that isn't like self-imposed rules like the Nuzlocke and stuff. I'm not looking forward to like the lack of Pokemon that are gonna be included because they said they won't include all of them, but I hope that at least one or two of my favorites gets in there.
Like, what are one of your two of your favorites? Well, because they have to be Europe inspired, so I bet Furfrou will make his reappearance.
I mean, like some of them are already confirmed in there. Like Tyranitar's in there, and I think that big glacier one's in there too. I don't know what it's called.
Avalugg,
yeah, he's in there.
I don't like that I know that just by like a simple description.
I mean, there is no other big glacier Pokemon.
You know, the one that looks like Barbarcle.
Barbarcle?
Yeah.
Is that the unevolved form?
Nope, it's the one with 6 hands.
That's not...
Google a picture of Barbarcle.
You do it. It's open.
No, I'm telling our fans. Barbarcle.
That's not a glacier, that's a rock.
Yeah, but some people could confuse it for a
You
glacier.
could confuse it, maybe. And what? Okay, go back up.
I'm going back up.
And look at the related images, and all of them make sense except one.
What, this one?
Yeah, why is there just a Garantina?
Well,
Garantina?
Nope.
Garatina.
Garotnia.
Okay. Garotnia. That's a new one.
What about this one? This one
I don't
makes
know
sense
what
to you?
that is.
Mega Hitmonlee, my favorite Pokemon. What about this one?
I think that's just shiny.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play some Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just kidding.
Please don't.
I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Pulled up. Anyway, so is that your hopes for Switch?
Yeah, and I hope Dynamax is better than Z-moves. I mean...
I don't like Z-moves.
I don't know anybody who likes Z-moves. They were kind of boring and lame. And
they were kind of a waste of an update. Like, they tried to make something as cool as...
Mega Evolution.
And then it just didn't work.
I don't know. Mega Evolution was just so much... Like, to me, that was interesting. Because I remember a lot of people were upset about Mega Evolution when it first came out. But to me, it's just better. Because it just added so much to the game. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Mega Evolution made it interesting for older fans, and then Z Crystals was kind of just like a marketing thing because they could sell those crystals, and nobody bought them. And they had a band that you could like hook up to your 3DS, and then every time you hit the Z Crystal, it would play the one in game, which was kind of cool, but nobody bought it. So
there's flop.
But I don't like that the National Dex is not going to be in Sword Shield.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll get over it.
I would prefer it, but I kind of understand why.
Well, here's what I don't understand. I'd rather it be, if they were going to do that, because we don't know how many new Sword and Shield mods they're going to be, but if they were going to do that, why not pull a Black and White where it's just those new Pokemon? Why, and instead of having like a mix of them? Because
that would take creativity and time and effort to make a whole new region, like they did in Black and White, which was amazing.
Well, like either add just the new ones or add both, but don't add like a mix, because then it's like subjective, like what do the developers want to put in?
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like a lot of people are going to be upset when their favorite Pokemon doesn't make it in.
Yeah, because Mr. Iasaki, or whatever his name is, was like, yeah, not that one. Who needs Lucario when you got Pikachu?
If Lucario doesn't make it in, I'll be surprised.
I think Lucario was in the trailer. Well, we won't see another trailer until October 31st, so we got a lot of speculation to do. Actually, I'm going to pull up the, sorry for the clickety-clacks, but I'm going to pull up, I want a t-shirt that says sorry for the clickety-clacketing. Anyway.
And only half of the subscribers are going to buy one, so like...
You think Mr. Mueller would buy one?
Probably.
He's devoted. Can we sell him a shirt that just says...
Sorry for the clickety-clackety?
Yeah. Sorry for the click. It's a black shirt, white letters, white font that just says sorry for the clickety-clackety.
And can it have like, what do you call those, like accents on the end?
Yeah.
Where it's like that kind of like clicking effect?
Yeah.
On like both sides. Okay, I got it in my head.
Might cost me a bit more, but yeah, I can throw that in there.
I have the design in my head.
I was going to go to the Pokemon website and look up some of the stuff because they show like the champion and stuff like that.
You know, what's his name?
Leon. And by the way, if you ever go to the Pokemon website, it's the same website for like 10 years. They've never updated this website
It's consistent.
at all. I don't like it.
Oh, have you seen anything about Pokemon Masters? Well,
I saw the trailer. It looks dumb. I mean, I saw the cinematic.
I don't even know what to make of it.
The cinematic trailer looks okay, but the
I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't know what it is?
I watched the cinematic and I was like, oh wow, that looks cool, and then didn't watch the gameplay.
Well, it's the same thing with Black and White 2. Like, if you watch the Black and White 2 trailer, like the one that they did with like anime-inspired art,
I remember that.
It looks amazing, but then the game is just like a regular Pokemon game. But it was fine, but this is an iPhone game, and that's dumb. Pokemon Masters takes place on the artificial island of Pasio. On Pasio, Pokemon and their trainers, called sync pairs, share a special bond. Many famous trainers from every region featured so far in the Pokemon video games have gathered on Pasio along with their partner Pokemon and formed their own sync pairs. And I'm out. That sounds boring. Why do Pokemon should not go into the mobile market. They've tried, well, like Go worked, but that was because it was like not this. And Go worked because it was just catching Pokemon and it was inspired by like a brand that had already made games like that, Niantic. And this is just a lot.
And it tied in pretty well with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, all things considered.
Well, Let's Go came after.
Yeah.
Let's Go tied in with Go.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said that it tied in with Let's Go. Like they made. I
don't see the difference.
The way you said it was like
they're linked, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you were like, Go was like a really good add-on to Let's Go. It's like they made Go, and they're like, you know what? This is going to be a really good tie-in to the video game that we're developing 3 years from now. Right?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. The show's running out of steam. Hold on.
This is my favorite episode of TheWordPool.
Yeah, mine too. Anyway, so...
I'm so confused why you brought sound bites into this.
Anyways, so we have... in the 2019 press conference, they announced it, and then they had the trailer for it. I don't understand. I think it's just like you tame Pokemon, like Pokemon. I don't know, the ones that weren't trainers, Rangers, Pokemon Rangers. Like you just become friends with them, and then you
Oh, what if it was like a sequel to? It's not a sequel to Pokemon Rangers, is it?
I don't think so. They need to make a
like I
3DS
said, I haven't
Ranger.
seen the gameplay. They're not gonna make a 3DS Rangers. 3DS is over, dude.
Well, I mean like a 3D. They need to make some kind of 3D Ranger game.
What if they made it? Would it work for the Switch?
They'd have to redesign how the game works because the whole thing.
2 screens?
No, no, it would work because the sensor on the Joy-Con, you could still draw the circles to capture them, so it would work. They could do it. They should have made one for the Wii. That would have been cool. What is this called? Pokemon Masters. Okay. Hard at work trying to discover the video for this. Do we want to watch the trailer or like? Oh, here's like the gameplay.
Think of the animated.
Whoa! That's too much talking. All right. So now we're just gonna quickly scroll through all these clicks and clacks. We're gonna scroll through just to see stuff. Yeah, they're showing off. I mean, everything looks.
The cinematic looks cool.
Everything looks cool, and they have all these trainers, and they have voice actors for the trainers and stuff. But the gameplays can be terrible. There is not a solid iPhone game. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's a good point, but maybe the Apple Arcade will change that. Who knows?
We did spend a lot of time talking about the Apple Arcade, and I think that it may be good. But they also are still putting it on an iPad. What are you looking at? That's Iris. Sync pairs.
No, wait.
Erica. I was wondering if it would be alright if I joined your team.
It's the same pose. That's really weird. I don't like that.
Oh, they're so lazy that even in their trailer,
it's just the same pose. Okay, that's weird. I don't appreciate that. Oh, Flannery's in this game?
they're all in this game.
They're all in this game?
Every single thing,
I don't even
every
know who
single
that
person
is.
is in this game. You got swimmers and all your. They have all the main trainers, which I think is kind of cool. Like they have the Sun
With
and
the
Moon
official
trainer.
names and everything?
Yeah,
What are the Sun and Moon trainers even called?
Sun and Moon.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
They
That
were-
is just creative.
I think they were named Sun and Moon. And then I don't remember. Oh, you had Red and Blue for the remakes, and then
Red,
you
Blue,
had
Green.
And then you had I guess the ones we have now don't have names yet.
But like the Hoenn ones were like Brandon and
Yeah, they stopped coming up with
What's-her-face?
creative names like that. Because I think the Diamond and Pearl ones. No,
it's
those
Dawn
guys
and
had
Lucas.
Dawn and Lucas.
Hmm. I remember I thought that was the coolest thing when I was younger.
Because they named a trainer after you.
Yeah.
I wish there was a Jackson Pokemon trainer, but there's.
But
I don't.
there isn't
I don't think.
because your name's not foreign enough.
I don't think there is a single, like, character named Jackson in the Pokemon universe.
Except for like probably a trainer.
Yeah, maybe. There's a Jack, I think. Anyway, so we're looking at this trailer, and I'm not seeing much. Summer 2019. I'll download it, but it probably will give me 100 notifications that I won't like. One of the things that really makes me upset is when games like this, like, have such a long tutorial and they don't just throw you in it. I hate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I do not enjoy long tutorials. But I don't know, at the same time I feel like after you get out of the tutorial it's not too bad.
I don't understand why they don't just put more effort into making these cool trailers, because they look amazing. And they're way better than the style of, like, the regular anime.
Yeah, if only they put... Well, I don't know. The latest season of Pokemon doesn't... It looks similar to this. It's not that bad.
Remember the 10-episode run of Pokemon Origins or whatever it was?
Yes, I watched that. It was pretty good.
Well, there was Origins, and then there was the other one that they did where they made it like a TV show. Like every episode was a different story.
The YouTube one?
Yeah. That was cool. That's this same animation style. But, yeah, so basically, Pokemon knows how to do... trailers. They know how to make their show look cool, but then when it comes to actually gameplay, unless it's the main games, it's pretty bad. So I think that's really all we got to say about that one. I don't know, because a lot of the Pokemon stuff, like, I don't even care about this. I just care about the main game, and that's why I don't want to know anything about the main game until it comes out.
But what do you want from it? I don't think you...
Oh, because we started talking about this.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that a lot of people say that I don't really care for, like on the opposite side of things, is I don't really care if they follow you around. I don't care that much.
I mean, I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, like, it'd be cool, don't get me wrong. I'd definitely take it over not taking it, but, like, I don't know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, like, I'm not upset. I think it'd be cool.
Like, if you really want Pokemon to follow you around on the Switch, they totally do that on the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They do that.
Yeah.
I found out.
I can't even think of that many, like, improvements over Sun and Moon that they would actually, like, they would need to add. Maybe more, like, cinematic cutscenes. That'd be kind of cool. If we actually had...
I don't know. What if they had cutscenes like this trailer in the game? What would you think of that? Would it just be too much of a... Like, would it be too much of a jump, or would you appreciate it?
Well, the art style would have to match whatever's in the game. Like, you can't go from your game art style to this, because then I'll just be like, well, I don't want to play the game. I'd rather be watching this. That's too many separation. That's too many points of separation. One thing that's cool about this Masters thing is that you can connect with other people and then make, like, alliances and stuff. And that's cool. But,
Yeah, that sounds cool.
let's see, the Switch version. I don't know. The coolest thing that they've showed off is the ability to find Pokemon in the wild. That's kind of cool. But other than that, I don't know. I just want to point out that was Lucas clicking and clacking. That was not me.
It was for the greater good.
I'm trying to think, is there actually anything more I'd want? Maybe, like, cameos, because I enjoyed in Detective Pikachu when you saw Cynthia. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, cameos would be really nice, because on Sun and Moon, I think they have them in the battle tree, but...
Yeah, they're all in the battle tree. The higher you get in the battle tree, the more you see. Like
Battle
red
Tree's
and
hard though, dude.
red and blue. Well, because I think it's just meant to be like Wi-Fi battles.
It is exactly like Wi-Fi. It's like Wi-Fi training. Like if you were wondering if something's viable in a Wi-Fi setting, you could test it in the battle tree.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not what it's for. You could do it that kind of thing though. I spent my fair share at the battle tree. I got decently far, but by decently far I mean like 30 maybe. I did not get that far. It's hard.
I think I played through Sun and Moon, and then I messed around in that, and then when Ultra Sun and Moon came out, I just did the story, because I didn't, a lot of it was just repeats, so I didn't need to
honestly
see it all
same. Like I didn't even catch some of the legendary Pokemon because I just didn't care. Like the what are they, the Island Guardians?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even bother with those. Most of the Ultra Beasts I left alone.
Necrozma's pretty cool.
No, yeah, he's super cool. I caught him on the way to Victory Road, which I thought was a really weird choice. But
you know, I said it as a joke the other day that like all these people are so obsessed with wanting 4th gen remakes, but now I do too.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I'm on the bandwagon for that.
I would want a 4th gen remake. You know what? Actually, it would be a really nice touch if they made the 4th gen remakes with the national deck, so people wouldn't be upset about the whole Sword and Shield thing. I feel like that would like if the national decks turned out to be a bigger deal than how you and me make it out to be, it would be a really it would be a really good save if that's what they decided to do.
Yeah, the 4th gen remix just looks so cool. I think that
dude, that would look amazing.
The Diamond, yeah, because the Diamond and Pearl world I think is the best looking out of all of them. I think because it had a lot of mountains.
It had a lot of flower
and a lot of cities. There's that one city that's all solar panel. That'd look really cool.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then the Elite Four, all of their sets looked cool. I don't know, it'd be a cool game to see again. And then, but I'm excited that we're going to Europe for the second time.
Yeah.
Because France was a cool thing to see.
I don't know, but at the same time, I didn't get a lot of France vibes from it. Maybe it's just because I don't know a lot about France, but like...
I mean, the only reason...
Like, there's the Eiffel Tower, and obviously kind of like the architecture and tables and all that was there, but I don't know. It felt like it was missing that kind of something.
Well, the only reason we knew it was the France in the first place is because of a video that surfaced where it was like the guy who made it at a conference, and he was like, yeah, it's France, and then this guy came over to him and like gestured on him on the shoulder, and he said that he wasn't supposed to say anything about that because we're not technically supposed to know that it's based off of anything.
Yeah, but I mean, with Sun and Moon, it was great because like it was so obviously Hawaii. Like,
yeah, Hawaii was a cool one.
Like, it was such an obvious setting that I didn't feel out of place.
Yeah. And all of those were really cool sets too, traveling to all the different islands. The last one got repetitive though. Or the one where you traveled to a whole bunch of different mountains and stuff, that one was a little repetitive. But anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not important.
Okay then.
Pokemon's not important. It's a bad game. It's my least favorite game of all time. Alright, well, since we're already talking about video games, let's go into let's go into my new favorite segment.
Follow us on Twitter.
Just kidding. Let's go to my new favorite segment.
That's a segment?
OMG, that makes me want to die.
And now what that means is that it's our new favorite segment, Lucas Reviews. Now in Lucas Reviews...
You know I haven't played a game, right?
You don't have to play a game. You pick any game that's in the top of your brain space, and we get to that game, and you just like talk about it. You ramble. You do whatever you want about it. You tell me what it is. I'll put a visual aid up, and then you just start talking. So what would you like to talk to the audience about today?
Dude, I have no idea. All I have in my mind is Pokemon, but we just spent like 20 minutes talking about Pokemon.
What if we go with your alma mater, Pokemon, or Mario Sunshine? Pokemon Sunshine.
Pokemon Sunshine. But you know what? I would rather talk about the new Pokemon, the new Mario game that came out. Mario Maker 2.
Mario Run 3.
What? There was a Mario Run 2?
Okay, Mario Maker 2. Let's go.
Thoughts?
Well, I mean, you're the one that's just discussing. This is Lucas Reviews. This is the new segment.
I think it's interesting. I saw a lot of improvement from the first game, mostly because I don't. With the first game, it was kind of obvious that a few things were missing just based on technical limitations.
Okay, now let me ask you this, because I don't know much about it at all. What I do know is that it's a sequel to the first one, like
Yes.
loosely, because it's mostly like updates and stuff.
I mean,
right?
it's Mario, so there's like no plot at all. So being a sequel is more like, hey, this is the new and improved version.
Now, okay, so I know in the first one, because I own it and it was a lot of fun. Now you build stuff and then you play your level and then you clear other people's levels and there's the game. Now in Mario Maker 2, is it just a bunch of new stuff? Is that what it is? Because I know the only thing I know for sure that's new is the Super Mario Cats feature where you play
Yes.
through that set of worlds.
That is a feature, but there's a lot of new stuff. Like they added, so a lot of the stuff that was missing from the first game was added. So
what?
if you'll look at the box art we're looking at, there's a piranha plant. They move.
Just Google box art we're looking at. You'll find it. It's the
Okay, but
it's the
there's a
Switch box
there's a
art.
piranha plant that moves at a certain. It moves in a certain path. I'm pretty sure that was added. There are.
Oh, there's go-karts now.
Yeah, that's actually a completely original idea. I think. I don't think that was in any other game before this.
Yeah, and
So that's cool.
There's the big bullet bills.
Yeah, the bonsai bills. I don't know if they were in the last one.
I don't think they were. I know you could
But-
grow your bullet bills, but I don't think they were bonsai bills.
So not only did they add those, but you can also put them in the background so they come at you instead of towards you, which
Okay.
is interesting.
Now let me ask you this. Now, as we both know, I'm leaving for a trip tomorrow, and I'm going somewhere far away.
Yes.
Now, at this place, I will have internet connection, but I'm on a flight for 6 hours where I do not have internet connection. Now, do you think I should purchase this game?
If you're for the flight, no. I think you need the internet to access a lot of the charm that this game has.
Can you do the first, like, story mode levels without internet?
Honestly, I have no idea. I would assume you can, but at the same time, I have no idea how long that's going to take you. It could take anywhere between, I don't know, an hour to 5.
To
I
do
think.
the story mode?
I mean, I have no idea how long the story mode actually is.
I don't know. It's $60, right?
Yeah.
I think...
But you also have to keep in mind that if it's mostly an online game, which it looks like it is, you will
Yeah.
have to pay for the Nintendo membership that lets you play online,
Oh, man.
which is only $20 a year, so it's
But
not that bad.
I already had my friend buy me a PS4 thing,
That is not my fault.
so I haven't spent any money yet. So like, this will be my first time, and I don't know about all that. I don't want them to take my money like that. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't want to.
But I don't know. It looks good. I think it's a solid title.
Well, with that, guys, that's our Lucas reviews for this episode. This episode's version of Lucas reviews is over,
That was so on the spot.
and
I did not appreciate
well, just
that.
know
I would
that-
like a heads up next time.
just know it's our new segment.
We have quite a show for you today, including Jackson, Lucas, and no to one special guest. Thank you for this message.
Okay, so with that, we're gonna move on. Let's see. We did the Lucas segment. We don't have a movie this time. I don't want to put things like down.
Well, we did watch a movie.
We watched Toy Story. Let's get into that because that's a new. I forgot that we can review new stuff too. We don't just have to review bad movies. We can review other stuff too. So let's go ahead and pull up Toy Story 4. Well, this will be like 3 weeks after it's out, so I don't care. Yeah, so here
Just
we
put
go.
like a spoiler warning in the description, so that way, like if they want to go out of their way to find it, you know.
Yeah, okay.
If they're like, you know, reading, he's not gonna do it. But
No, I will do it. Here, I'll leave a mark. Here.
that's a weird picture.
All right. So, let's set the scene. And when we last left off, the incinerator was about to blow up our heroes. That's like 3/4 to the way.
I was about to say I don't. Okay, disclaimer: I do not remember Toy Story 3 that well. I just remember I didn't like it that much,
Where we
which is
la-
an unpopular opinion. So I'm kind of scared to say that online.
Where we last left, you don't like Toy Story 3?
I was really young. I don't remember liking it that much.
Where we last left off, Buzz Lightyear decides he is a toy. Flash forward 3 movies. Actually, no, that is a perfect place to start this movie because the movie opens with what happened to Bo Peep. Because as we know, she's not in the second movie, I think. Yeah, she's not in the second one.
Now, what happened is they probably forgot about her,
Yeah.
but they decided to cover it up and make this whole movie based on that.
Yeah, or like...
Or they just had a lot of forethought.
Yeah, or they were like, well, Jesse's going to be part of the cast and we don't need 2 female characters. But now that we're in 2019,
they're like all the female characters.
And now that we're in 2019, they're like, well, we can have female Woody and female Buzz because Jessie acts a lot like Buzz. And so, anyway, so Toy Story 4 opens with a flashback scene, and we get to see how Bo Peep left the group because she was sold, I think.
To an antique store, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Cause she's actually like part of a lamp, I think. I don't know if that's like originally from the story, but I know that she is like part of a lamp set, and that's where she comes from. So anyway, she leaves, and then the gang's sad, and then we flash forward after Andy grows up, and after they give the toys to Bonnie, and she's playing with them, and it's her first day at kindergarten. And so she's putting all her toys together to play with them before she goes to class. And, oh, what's this? She leaves Woody out. Not our pal. Not our boy.
Not your boy Woody, but...
Not our boy. And then she even... What made me feel bad was she even took his sheriff's star off and gave it to Jessie. Like, I get it. It's 2019, but come on, man.
Yeah, that'd be pretty harsh.
I mean, you kind of could have saw this coming because she is a girl and she would like the female cow... Or the cowgirl more than Woody.
Yeah, but I feel like taking the sheriff's star is just, like... Man.
How could you even take the shit?
It's a really small detail if you think about it. Like, why would you even make that removable?
And why would Bonnie care that much? Like, I don't know. But, anyway, so Woody's upset that he is, not... Oh, by the way, as we go through this, because I was watching reviews and stuff yesterday, and so, basically, like, the main plot of this movie is supposed to be like a theme of retirement for people, like how Woody's retiring because he's been doing this for like 70 years.
Yeah, he was made in 1950.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So anyway, so just keep that in mind, retirement type themes. Anyway, so he goes, he's upset that she's not playing with him anymore, so he goes with her to kindergarten when she's sad because of whatever reason. And so they go to kindergarten, and she's all alone, and she takes a spork, and she ties some stuff on it, and she calls it Forky, and she creates life. So apparently the humans are gods in Toy Story.
Okay, so can we just talk about that for a second?
Well, I understand that the humans' love gives life to all the toys.
But are you sure? Are we not just, like, assuming that everything's alive?
I don't know if that's a film theory, but I do know that, like, at least it's either fact or fiction, but... the essence of the humans being there gives the toys purpose, and then it gives them life.
But then why does he think he's trash? Wouldn't you think he knows he's a toy?
I don't know.
And wait, that doesn't make sense, because then in the toy store, in Toy Story 2, all of those toys are alive even though no one owns them yet.
Okay, I'm feeling persecuted.
I'm just trying to figure this out, because I thought that was really weird that you can just make life.
Well, then if we assume... Okay, then what if it has to do with, like, the fact that they're toys in the first place? So once she claims it's a toy, it becomes a toy. So then it turns alive. Because then if that's the case, then we have Forky, who is now a toy, but with conscious, he realizes that he was a fork and that he needs to be thrown away.
But that was his first instinct, was to be thrown away, because he knew he was a fork and he knew he was trash.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't explain...
Like Buzz thought he was a space ranger, and this thing thinks it's a fork.
But he is a fork. And
Well, he's a toy. He's a toy in our hearts.
This is such a confusing concept.
Anyway, buy the Forky shirt. It says I'm a fork on it. So, our hero, Woody, he takes this fork and he shows it to the rest of the group, and all this fork wants to do is be thrown away. So, Lucas, what are you doing? Okay. Alright, now we're looking at a new image. So yeah, Woody shows the group, and Woody's now tasked with making sure that Forky doesn't throw himself away, because all he wants to do is be trash. He doesn't want to be a toy. And so, so we followed the adventures of them trying to keep him away from the garbage as the humans go on a road trip. And so they're in their RV, and they go to a, I don't know how they end up in the carnival, but they go...
They end up in the carnival because Forky jumps out the window and ends up in an antique store.
Oh, yeah. So Forky finally gets his wishes.
No, wait. Never mind. Okay, here's what really happens. So,
all right, take it away.
Forky jumps out the window, And Woody's like, hey, when's our next stop? And somebody's like, oh, it's 5 miles away. And he's like, okay, I can make that. So he jumps out the window too.
Which, by the way, he knew it was 5 miles away, but he didn't know where it was. Like 5 miles straight could have just been more woods until he got to like a turning point.
There was a RV park. That's where they were stopping. Anyway.
But how would he have known?
Because it's on the road. Anyway, so he jumps out the window to find Forky, and he does find him, and they start walking, and I think they end up in like a weird playground area.
Oh yeah, because they go. Okay, so Forky flies out the window, and then 5 miles away, I'll be right back, and he jumps out, and he should have died, but he didn't because he's Woody. He's amazing. And so he goes running after the fork, finds the fork. They walk back together. They form a lasting bond because Woody tells them all of his Andy stories. And so they eventually get to an antique store, and they're about to go to the RV place. But then Woody turns around, and what does he see but Bo Peep's lamp? And so he's like, that's my girlfriend, but not really because we're both toys.
And it's rated G.
Yeah, so he's like, that's my life partner. So then he goes...
It's not Buzz.
Yeah, that's not Buzz. Because we all know the real story for Toy Story. It's Buzz and Woody.
Anyway.
So, Woody goes into the place, the antique store, which, by the way, is called Second Chance Antiques, and I'll get to why that's important in a minute. He goes into Second Chance Antiques, and he is looking for Bo Peep, and he gets stopped by these creepy ventriloquist dummies, and the leader is a regular porcelain doll
named
Gabby.
There's two.
Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Let's call her GG. So GG says, I need a voice box, and Woody goes, okay, I got one, but I don't want to give it to you
because it's built in him. So like. Normally it wouldn't be that big of an issue, but like the fact is they'd have to surgically remove it.
He knows it wouldn't kill him.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like we've seen toys that have been destroyed and like they're still alive.
We have. Oh yeah.
So like Woody has probably seen something like that, if not like seen it with us. So he knows that he wouldn't die. So I don't know why it's a big deal. I guess it's just because Bonnie wouldn't be able to hear him say, there's a snake in my boot. But
I think it's because he was in such good condition, because he is in really good condition for being such an old toy, so he probably takes some pride in that.
Yeah, I guess. So anyway, antique store, Woody escapes, but Forky's left behind, and then he goes to this playground that's near a amusement park, and he finds... Bo Peep, and she's with all of these other toys that have been like forgotten and are just like on their own, freedom. And so Woody, now tasked with trying to find Forky, or trying to save Forky, he gathers these people, inspires them to go after them, and then they go. So meanwhile, while this is happening, Buzz and the gang are still in the RV, and they're trying to make sure that that Woody catches up to them, and I don't remember what happens. Do you remember what happens in this part of the movie?
When Buzz, listens to his inner voice, jumps out the window to try to find Woody?
Oh, yeah, because Woody's like, listen to your inner voice, and so Buzz... I don't know why Buzz is such a comic relief character in this movie.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
I feel like he was smarter in the last couple movies, and they made him real dumb.
He spoke Spanish in the last movie.
Yeah, I think that what happened was, he was kind of intelligent in 2, and then in 3, when they had that big Spanish-speaking scene, and they reset him... I think a lot of kids loved that, so then they just dumbed down Buzz after that because he's not.
He definitely plays a smaller role in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. For me, it was always Toy Story's about Buzz and Woody, but in this movie,
as they would have you believe.
Yeah, but I definitely felt like this movie was more about Woody than Buzz, and Buzz was barely in it. It was more Bo and all of her characters.
It's like a love story. So, where are we with time right now? We're at 40 minutes. I don't know.
I thought we were going to go longer because it's the finale.
We may. Let's see where we get to. It's 6:15. Let's see. Whoa. Toy Story. So, I don't remember. Do they pop the wheels on the bus so they can't move?
That's what
Jessie does. So anyway, this character right here. So Jessie pops the tires on the van, and they're stuck there, so that gives Woody more time. And so while this is happening, Buzz tries to go find Woody, and so he ends up in the music park, and he meets Key and Peele, and by that I mean the what are they, duck and a bear?
Bunny, I think.
Oh, Bunny. And so he meets them, and they free themselves from the trap they were in, which is a music park, like, what do you call that? Like a stand, like where they keep all the toys. Yeah, like a game stand where you win a prize. And so anyway, that's not important. That's not important to the plot. But so they, gosh, this movie's hard to keep track of because there's too many things going on. So essentially, a whole bunch of stuff happens, and all the characters get reunited, because I don't care what happens in the middle of this movie. They eventually get reunited, Forky's back with everybody, and they're about to leave, and Woody had decided to give Gigi the voice box because he found out that she wasn't evil, but she really just wanted to play with a kid, because she never got to because she was defective, which is why it's called Second Chance Antiques, because she's getting her second chance. Woody is also, but that's at the end of the movie. So, anyway, Gigi goes off and meets the new kid, and Woody is saying bye to Bo Peep and is about to go back with Forky and Buzz to, Bonnie, and then they'll leave. And then Buzz looks at Woody, and in the most saddening scene I've ever seen, Buzz says, she's not going to miss you. And Woody's like, what the heck? And Buzz is like, no, I mean Bonnie, not your girlfriend. I'm talking about Bonnie. And Woody's like, oh, okay. And then without even, like, hugging or, like, whatever. I don't know if they hug. I can't remember that.
I think they do.
Well, it wasn't long enough. Woody just runs away, and he goes into Bo Peep's arms, who he hasn't seen in 7 years, but that's fine. Buzz will take care of himself, I guess. Woody leaves with them, with Bo and the rest of the toys that are free, and they go off, and Buzz is now the head of the group, and he takes them off with Bonnie, and then they separate. So the end of the movie is, Woody's retired. He doesn't have his sheriff's star because he gave that to Jesse as, like, the passing of the torch.
So doesn't that make Jesse in charge?
No, because I think Buzz is still in charge.
But Jesse was the one who went with her to first grade and came back with whatever that person was.
Maybe she's filling the role of Woody, but I thought that, like, leadership was Woody, Buzz, and then Jesse. Maybe yeah, okay. It could be Jesse.
Maybe we're looking too much into this.
No. Anyway. So, second chances and the theme of retirement. So, like, Woody, he's getting older, and, he needs to find his new purpose, so he does that by being free. In the freedom that he gets, he is able to
save other toys.
Which at the end of the movie, you actually see him doing that at that same carnival stand where we Buzz gets trapped, and he saves all of the toys in there. And so, like, he's helping everybody else, just like he wanted to do with, everybody, including Buzz in the first movie, where he, like, helps him find a purpose. So now he's doing that for the rest of his life. And that's how Toy Story 4 ends. And what I think, first impressions, is that it's sad, but also it opens up the gates for us to have, like, a lot more movies now.
Without Woody, supposedly.
Or both. You could do one or the other.
That's true.
Because you could have, like...
Although, to me, it would make more sense if it followed the kid. But...
I guess. But it would also be kind of cool, because you could do either or. You could do some year... Or, like, Woody's roles could be, like, mini movies, because Pixar does that before all their other movies. So you could have a 15-minute Woody adventure where they are, like, in Afghanistan, freeing the toys.
They don't have toys in Afghanistan.
Okay. And then you have your hour and a half, which is Buzz doing his thing and being the best. I love Buzz. That's all I'm trying to say.
He wasn't enough.
He didn't get the respect.
Enough screen time in this movie.
He didn't get enough respect. Yeah, that's Toy Story 4. And Forky is now my favorite character of all time. And by that I mean, he's alright. And so, yep, that's Toy Story. What do you think about Toy Story?
I liked it.
Is that it?
I mean, like, I don't know. It just wasn't...
Bonnie's new toys didn't get a lot of screen time. Or, like, her toys in general. Her other ones.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
They had some good jokes in that movie, though.
Yeah, there was some good jokes. But, like, I don't know. There were just a few things... I don't know. It focused a lot on Woody, which makes sense because it's his story, in a way, I guess. he was Andy's first toy, I suppose. But I don't know. It felt a little too focused. Like I like the other characters like Rex and Potato Head.
You know the guy. Well, I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I know.
Don Rickles died.
Yeah, I know. It was really sad.
Rickles.
I learned that
and we missed the last. We missed the end credit scene.
Oh, we missed one?
Yeah, because at the very end, if you stay through all the credits, which I hate doing that, but if you stay through all the credits, you'll see Doom Kaboom, who I don't even know how to explain him. He's Keanu Reeves' character. You'll see him right up where the Pixar thing would be, where the lamp jumps on the eye, and he does it with his motorcycle. And then you see those G.I. Joe guys come up, and he high-fives each one of them, except the one that never gets high-fived. And he drives off, and you think that's the end of the movie, and then he drives back in, he high-fives, and they leave. So he gets one high-five in the whole movie.
That kind of stinks, you know. Shout out to that guy. Like, if you know him, you know him. But, like, man.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves' character, did you know that, and you'll like this because you're a big Keanu fan.
I am.
Did you know that that there's a scene in the movie where we see Doom Kaboom, who is this action rider character toy, who like is a spring-loaded thing where you launch him and he jumps over stuff. Okay, so when Keanu was like asking a whole bunch of questions about the character to like be able to play him, he did this thing in the Pixar office where like they were eating lunch or something, and he stood on the desk. He stood on the table where they were eating, and he just started doing poses and like started yelling stuff as Doom Kaboom, and that's why when you watch the movie, he does a bunch of poses because they're just doing what Keanu did.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's Keanu Reeves. I had a bunch of it,
but
that's
I feel like Boom. What is his name? I'm just gonna call him
Doom Kaboom.
I feel like he almost had a bigger role than Buzz, or like a similar role. Like I feel like they had the same amount of lines.
Maybe that's why we'll get another Buzz movie, because he didn't get his character.
This one was all about Woody.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think it's the last movie, because I think if they're gonna do a last movie, it's gonna end with Woody and Buzz, not
You'd think
separate.
that.
I think that eventually they're gonna meet up again. Like if we keep getting movies, which I don't know why they would or why we wouldn't, because this movie's like this franchise just makes money, it prints money. So like,
which is weird to think about because their movies come out so far apart.
I think like the mainstream just realizes that.
Like Toy Story 3 came out, God, I don't even know.
2013, I think. Maybe 2013. Okay, so this movie made double its profit, $200 million to $496. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not like whoa, but it's okay. It's reasonable. It's enough to make a sequel.
It's true.
So, yeah, if they make another movie, Toy Story 3, hold on. Oh, I just mentioned Toy Story 3.
If you go back, I think they're like on the Google page. It has them at the bottom.
Oh, Toy Story 3, here we go.
It came out in 2010.
2010. Oh, 3 years before I said. Yeah,
dang. But see, that's what I mean.
9 years ago.
9 years. And
almost
then
a decade.
And then the other one's the same amount. Because it's 2010 from 1999.
So every 10 years we get a Toy Story.
Like, good grief, dude. That's a big jump.
So that means in 2029, like, if
we might have another one.
Yeah, but think about it like this. In 10 years, like, just for, like, round up and say you're 18. In 10 years, when you're 28, there's a chance you could be taking your kid to see the next Toy Story.
Ugh! That's weird. That's so weird.
Or you could have your baby and your wife, and you're going.
And you're like, let's go watch this thing that's older than I am, by like quite a bit, because I don't know when the original Toy Story came out, but it's older than 1999.
1995.
Shoot. Good lord, dude, that is.
I mean, it was kind of the same thing between Cars 1 and Cars 2.
Except
because no one thought there was going to be a sequel, and then 5 years later, they made the sequel.
I mean, I guess, but like Cars.
And then 6 years between 2 and 3. That's an even bigger jump.
I never even watched Cars 3.
Cars 3 is better than Cars 2.
Okay, but Cars 2 isn't that good to begin with.
Cars 2 is a laughing stock. I love Cars 1. I was thinking about the other day.
Cars is a classic.
I was thinking about the other day, and Cars 1 may be in my top 3, like, favorite Disney movies.
I mean, it's really good. I mean, it has a good, like, it was weird because it was at a time when Disney still liked having, like, those cool moral lessons at the end of the day. Because I remember this movie's all about, like, winning isn't everything. And, like...
And Hicksville can sometimes be a fun place.
Yeah, like, Gosh, get out of your comfort zone.
Ka-chow.
Yeah, the important stuff. But, like, whoa.
What, this?
What is that?
It's
it's a shoddy animation.
It's a rendering before they did the final touches. Oh man, Cars. What are we talking about?
Toy Story.
Toy Story. Forget about that. Let's make. I wonder if they're gonna make a Cars 4. Probably.
Well, how did Cars 3 do?
Cars 3, I think it did pretty well. I can't remember how Cars 3 ended with Lightning McQueen retiring, so I don't know if they can do a Cars 4.
I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty tough.
Anyway,
to say the least.
Let's go into our next thing then. So we did movie reviews, we did your thing, we did top predictions. Hold on. Here, wow them with your amazing skills real quick. I gotta do something.
Skills about what?
I don't care. They're your skills, man. I don't know.
I don't have skills. That's why I don't have a job.
Okay, that's tough. Have you been searching for jobs? Are you like out of the race? You're like, that's enough for me. Put on the brakes. Slamming the brakes.
I mean, like,
somebody stopped my car. Dude, I witnessed a crash today. Like I saw somebody.
Out of nowhere.
I saw somebody. Well, because I was talking about like crashing. I saw somebody's car skid to a halt at a red light. Like I guess they like were doing it too fast or something, and they skidded, and then this Ram truck just came out of nowhere and just smashed him.
So how's that? Your first.
And the guy. It was the first time I ever saw a car crash live. Like I've seen the stuff happen, but I've never like seen it so clearly. So this guy opens his car door, the guy that got hit, and he just like he screams at the guy, and then he just immediately gets back in his car and he closes the door. Like he didn't say anything. He just yells and gets back.
Yeah, running into those people is the worst. Like the people that are just upset no matter where they are.
I am going to rue the day I get in a car wreck. Anyway, hold on. Gosh darn, I don't want to close this tab.
Then don't close it.
How do I get to my desktop?
Just, I don't know, get to your desktop, man.
Gosh darn. No, this isn't my desk. This is the Windows. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to pull up something for my next segment, but I think we should do... let's talk about kids' television. So, because we were just looking at, before we started, these clips of... like Bakugan and Yu-Gi-Oh and that sort of stuff, and it makes me think that like, you know, a lot of television shows were based on product placement and like trying to promote different stuff like Pokemon and Digimon and all that kind of stuff. They promoted some kind of toy or something.
What did Digimon promote?
The Digivice, and
you know, I've never actually
video
seen
games.
one.
I used to have one,
and I never played Digimon video games either.
I've done both those things. I have not the original.
Well, I played Digimon games now, but I think that's different.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do play Digimon games.
That's a whole nother topic. I'm never gonna finish that game. Anyway,
when we finally finish it, when the podcast is actually famous, we can like discuss it.
Yeah, that's how long it's gonna take, folks.
Yeah, 1 year.
Whoa, 1 year.
I'm gonna outsource, man. Do everything I can.
So what did you do with these Digivices?
I think they were just toys. I don't remember that. I don't even see the one that I had. It was the one from Digimon Data Squad. Oh, it was this one. This is the one I had.
Whoa, that one's fancy.
And
that kid kind of looks like you.
This wasn't me. they took a picture of me right when I got the fives. Because I looked more Asian back then. Yeah, so I think it was just like a scanner, and then you play with your Digimon. It's kind of like how I have this Ben 10 toy, and like you just see the images of the creatures and stuff. So yeah, there's not much else to say about that. Oh, but what I was saying is that these TV product placement shows, like, do you think it's getting dark in here? Do you think that
I think it's because the sun just got under a cloud.
I don't like that. I'm scared of the dark. This whole show's going down. Good thing there's no camera, or else we'd have to like pause and re-edit this so that way there was light. But what about kids' TV? How do you feel about the fact that like there's so much product being placed, and like our ideas were sculpted around wanting these things? Like the fact that we love Yu-Gi-Oh and we also love the card, like that's exactly what they wanted. And
I don't know. For me, it kind of taught me contentment, to be honest, because I had the kind of parents that would not go out and just buy me. Okay, my parents wouldn't just go out and buy me anything, so like I would want these things a lot when I was younger. Like I always wanted Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I always wanted the latest Pokemon thing, I always wanted something. But through my parents, you know, just being, you know, good parents and being like, hey, you can't have everything. You have to be able to be content with what you have. That kind of influenced how I can look at something and be like, man, I want that, and then just not do anything with it. Just not even talk about it ever again. Which kind of gives people the wrong idea sometimes, because sometimes I say I want something and then they give it to me and I don't remember ever wanting it, but...
Then you throw it away.
Yeah.
Out of discontent. Like, you don't. Doesn't bring joy in your life, and so toss it.
No, I don't do that.
Well, I don't know. I kind of feel that there are certain whatever. We're looking at Digimon games right now. That I think that's the same game. I think it's the same game. What
The clickety clackety is me.
Yeah. Please don't disturb me with hate comments.
Oh, this is
It's a DS game.
No, because this is Cyber Sleuth. I remember this vividly. I hate this screen. This one, okay. I see. Entertain the people.
I'm trying. I'm just so enthralled by this crazy screen. Yeah, but I don't know. I think that these product placement type shows they kind of like make me upset a little bit, but I also understand that kids are gonna want to buy stuff like anyway. Like there's always gonna be commercials for toys and stuff. But I just don't know how I feel about like stuff being so integrated. Because now you have TV shows right now like Gravity Falls and stuff where that is not as apparent.
Gravity Falls is a great show, though. Not gonna lie.
It's good, but it's also good because that's cool. But it's also cool because
it's expensive.
Like it was cool because there was no like desire to go out and like, oh, I should buy this because I watched this show. And with Digimon, there wasn't that much of a case either, but with Yu-Gi-Oh especially.
Yeah, because like I said, I didn't even know this. Like I knew it existed, I just didn't think about it ever because I was not really into this weird digital pet scene. But I still like Digimon for what it was. Like, I feel like that's kind of the difference is, like, if you look at the Beyblade TV show and didn't Bakugan just get remade? Didn't we watch a clip of that? Trainwreck.
See, that's what, the thing about those shows is that Yu-Gi-Oh, like, they made Yu-Gi-Oh the animated show to specifically make sure people bought the cards because they were showcasing all the cards.
Well, I would argue that they didn't because Season 0 is a thing.
Yeah, but the cards were there before. It's not like
but like I feel like they took the idea of they took the characters from Season 0 and then like adapted them into like a really long commercial. Is my take from it.
Yeah, but that's still a commercial.
Yeah,
like that's the point.
But what I'm saying is that it wasn't originally made for that, so it made for at least a decent story.
Yeah.
But I feel like with TV shows nowadays, it's less of a decent story. Maybe it's just because I'm older and I don't like that kind of TV show anymore, but I don't know.
Well, just noticing it now, I can just tell like what makes a good TV show and like if it can stand on its own. And like when I have a kid, I'm going to be very picky on what I show them right away. Cuz like I used to like not like want to accept the notion that like, you know, you should not have them watch TV at all or like limit it so much.
Well, yeah, cuz then they don't know what the world's like. Like,
well, yeah, I understand
for
that.
how unrealistic these shows are, they do teach something.
Yeah, even if they aren't exactly like the product promotion one. Like Yu-Gi-Oh taught stuff too. But what I'm saying is
the power of friendship anyway.
What I'm saying is like I would wait till kids are a little bit older. I would introduce more stuff like books and that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the thing is that they can't read. The problem with reading is that you can't. It's not. How to say this?
It's not something that you can like perfectly visualize and just understand and take in so easily.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice to get into reading. So when you're our age, it's like, yeah, reading's cool because it's like just another way to enjoy media. But if you're that young, then it's really difficult to enjoy that kind of thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying also is that like you just have to pick the right kind of show. Like I feel like if I were raising a kid back in the time of the shows that I was watching, I feel like I wouldn't, like if I was having an active role, I wouldn't pick some of the shows that I watched because I feel like a lot of them,
like an example.
Let me see. I think specifically, I don't know. It's hard because like I did watch them as a kid, so it's hard to like throw out one. But I can definitely tell, like if I was an adult looking back on it, I don't know. Even stuff like Pokemon, like the newest kind of Pokemon, they're just like it's not worth it.
Yeah, because those are kind of, I don't know what to make of those. They're not even, are they product placement?
Yeah, they
they don't even have anything to do with the games anymore.
The newest ones pretty much are. The oldest one, like the first series, even the first one still is, but it was just harder to tell. And it was like their first attempt at it, so they actually like tried.
they actually made, you know, plot and story and stuff.
Yeah, like Digimon, I would like let myself watch, like a kid watch.
Yeah, because Digimon, I don't know. To me, it translated better as a quote unquote like product show, because like its product wasn't as popular, so they really had to make the show actually good.
And there wasn't that much product anyway. It was mostly just show that you were watching,
which is good. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. So like, you know, as much as I would hate to say it because it's me, like Yu-Gi-Oh, I would have probably put some kind of limitation to, because
that's tough.
I was like so obsessed that like I'd watch the show and then I'd buy cards, like a lot of cards, and then I'd like do all this stuff that I didn't need to be doing, and like it takes time away from doing stuff that I can actually prosper from. And you know, you can, like with book reading, you can definitely do it in ways that your child can understand more. And like, you know, watching TV shows is like a faster way of like getting that integrated, which is why stuff like PBS shows are cool, because that's like all they're based on. But also like you can sit down with your kid and read the book with them. And
well, okay, so I agree that Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely one of those shows that you should limit, but I would let them watch the original Yu-Gi-Oh and then maybe not any of the other ones, because the other ones do it bad. Like, the other ones are definitely just, like, it's rough. You can definitely tell that they're making some cards look super cool. Like, in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, you had cards that were just, like, Celtic Guardian. Like, would you ever want a Celtic Guardian just based on the show?
Yeah. So this is gonna be, this whole finale episode is, like, really hard to, like, try and get people to understand if they don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you were here for the whole season, you'll totally get it.
Yeah, guys.
OMG, that makes me want to die.
Is that the right clip?
Well, I only have 9. Here's one.
We have quite a show for...
No, we already played that one. How about this one?
Played all of them.
What a crazy story. Please continue.
Okay, I will. So, actually, we're gonna take a quick break, because we're gonna make this one longer, but I'm gonna get my food, so give me a minute. Hold on.
See ya.
Alright, we're back. Took a really long break.
Yeah, we did.
Ate some food.
Honestly, I forgot we were podcasting.
Welcome back to the WordPool finale, starring Jackson and Lucas. In this episode, we will continue, but with additional time.
How is it possible that it feels like our budget went down, even though we didn't have one?
Well, I mean, I'm just trying my best. I don't know. So I don't really know what to talk about anymore. Plan for rest of summer trips. Well, we already talked. I'm going on one, so I guess I crossed that one off the list. Senior, what do you think about all these tier lists? Like, we're just messing around.
Tier lists are ridiculous, and I don't understand them.
Tier lists are ridiculous. Well, why? Like, I don't get it. Like, why? I guess it's like a waste of time.
I guess. I don't understand. Like, I guess I just never realized that people cared about other people's opinions before. But
I just think it's funny to put stuff in tier lists.
And just see what happens, you know?
I wish, like, I could share these tier lists and then just, like, watch people's comments. But I don't think there's a comment system. Like, what if we just, like, made the perfect tier, like, one that we would know would anger people? Like, if we did an NBA and we just put all of them in, like, weirdly specific places.
You know, I want to know why, like, Dragon Ball Z games specifically is high up on people's tier lists.
I don't know. Because I love the video games. Because there's that one app that is basically like a loot box simulator for Dragon Ball Z. MCU movie tier list. Well, that's crazy. We could actually do one of these. Oh, never mind. It's not actually. It's a video of someone else doing a tier list.
You know, because that's what we want to watch. And I feel like that is just the biggest clickbait I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's a picture of Endgame, and underneath it says trash. But you could tell it's not there because the only thing that's in trash is Dark World.
Lol.
Which is understandable.
Very.
Actually, I don't understand.
That's because you never watched it.
I think I did.
No, you didn't.
2020 presidential candidates. Oh, you can just rank all the candidates for the presidency.
That would actually be very useful.
NBA
Really display.
Man, what
what
better
you
way to be
want.
American?
I mean, yeah, it narrows down your choices. That's a great. That's a great service that they're providing. It's kind of like putting all your ideas on a sheet of paper.
100 ultimate game protags. What is protagonists? I understand. Oh look, FNAF is on here. Spider-Man.
How okay, but he's not a protagonist.
Who? Spider-Man or Freddy?
Freddy?
Oh, yeah. I guess you kind of are.
I feel like we should get off this website because no one understands what we're doing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, can we stop talking about this topic?
Yeah, we guess we can. So, well, let me look at my cue card. So, do you have any more trips planned for the summer?
I can't give you an update on a trip I did have planned.
Okay, I'm here to listen. Oh my god, my back is stretched out so much.
Okay then.
These last 30 minutes, I'm just here to have fun. After this, I'm gonna go work out, so I'm here.
My
I'm
trip,
taking a nap.
my trip to Colorado that I was gonna take to see that college,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna do it anymore.
Well, not the college?
Yeah, because it's like $50,000 a semester or something insane.
Now, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I could go to Iowa for like $10,000 less. So to me, it was like pretty
Yep.
clear choice.
But Concordia is a place.
Nebraska?
Yeah,
Heck no.
but like Concordia Christian
Lutheran.
Academy. Same thing. Same thing.
No, it's not.
Same thing.
It's not. It's not the same thing.
Same thing. Well, what do you believe in? Let's talk about belief. The last 30 minutes of the season 1 finale.
I don't know about
We just started
that.
talking about politics and religion.
I think Trump is a bad president. Don't
Oh
at me.
no! It wasn't serious. I'm not gonna edit it out, but like now
I mean, we're all allowed to have opinions.
now they're gonna think we're Democrats. I'm a Democrat.
No,
I wonder if this tier list just has Democrats.
Democrats. Yeah, 2020 Democrats, and then you got
I
again. People still do not know what we're looking at.
we're looking at tier lists. How could they not
but they're
understand?
not on the tier list website, and things are gonna change in 3 weeks.
Okay, well, I'm just on it while we talk about your college experience, which is too much money.
So I didn't go.
But did you like everything else about it?
I mean, it looked good, but like Iowa has all the same stuff, so I didn't really think it was a good idea to just go there for $10,000 more.
So, but was it a bigger place?
Not really. I mean, there were like a 5,000 people difference, but
Do you think you're gonna get any scholarships?
I do not know.
Wouldn't that be crazy if you got like a $50,000 scholarship?
It would be crazy, and I would probably. I still would go to the same school. I feel.
Pocket the other 10K for stuff other than.
Oh, there's a lot of out of school fees too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think I have any more. I think this Hawaii trip's the only one, and then it's job. Making money, so I can buy.
you got a job.
Making money so I can buy a piano, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I wrote up on that board over there. That now I can't really remember. I want to have some money like saved up for other stuff. Like I just want to have a video game portion and a book portion, so that way when I get done with like these books that I'm reading, I can read the next one in the series. So yeah, that's where summer's gonna be. Now we have school coming up in a month.
Is it already a month?
Well, we're in July.
No, it's 2 months because we're late August.
Well, when this comes out,
Oh man, you're like in the fourth dimension.
my third eye's open. Well, when this comes out, it will be
We'll still have
a
like
month and 2 days.
Yeah.
So. But a month is pretty short, so
Wow. Now I feel like I just lost a month.
essentially school's starting soon.
School starts in 4 weeks.
We could just like bulk record all of them and then be like, well, we're here, it's Christmas break. But
Can you
we're
imagine?
recording in August.
It's Christmas break and it's hot outside.
I can't wait to like listen to the
It's Christmas in July.
I can't wait to listen to the difference between this podcast like after we eat versus before we
Oh
eat.
yeah, it's gonna be
Because
weird.
we're like food drunk now. Just so you guys know, I ate sushi, a sandwich, and some salad.
And I ate a whole pizza and half a sandwich. And I might eat the other half. I don't know.
Now, when you say a full pizza, like, let's not, like, make
No, it's a full pizza.
Personal pan. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it was
Personal pan pizza.
It was a small pizza.
But it was healthier than normal.
Yeah, it was. What was it? It was like a cauliflower pizza.
Margarita. No alcohol because we don't promote it.
They don't promote us. More accurate.
Yeah, if alcohol gave us a sponsorship, you already know.
I feel like that's illegal in some
Our
respect.
our podcast is sponsored by Jack Daniels. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. I just want to get through this whole thing so I can throw this post-it note away.
You could throw it away whenever you want.
Well, the last thing on here, I really don't like. It's a sour note to end on, but I don't know if I really want to do that. Like, I guess we can end on somewhere else, but I'll just go into it. So, as we know, there was a passing in the YouTube community.
Oh.
The guy called Etika, he made all these reactions, and my question is...
I read something online today, and it made me really sad, because before we even start, it was like, because this will be 3 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And it
said,
said because of the meme culture of today that, like, it might not even be a relevant topic 3 weeks from now. Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
Like...
But, like, the other thing to that is that more stuff might come out about, like, his whole thing, like, by the time this comes out, so we don't know fully everything. But speaking to what we do know about it, like, Etika, made all these reaction videos. He had such, like, a following, and...
I mean, I didn't follow him personally, but, like, I saw his stuff, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, he always did, like, stuff to entertain his audience, which is, like, mostly live and Twitch and that sort of thing. It wasn't just playing games, but it was also, like, looking at websites. He downloaded a torrent to go on the dark web, and he did it live, so that way people could see what, like, the websites were. Like, he'd check them, and then he would show them on stream, but I saw that, and it was pretty funny.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
But, so, yeah, he did stuff like that all the time, and... it was just kind of crazy because he went missing for 2 days, and then he disappeared, and nobody could find him. And then the day that they found his body in the river is when his video went live. That it was basically a suicide note saying that, like, oh dude, I don't want to be the guy that cries and like that kind of thing, but I'm just manning up and saying it's all over. And it was just it's really sad, but yeah, my question being, like, in the last, like an hour ago, whenever we were talking about, like, how product placement TV, like, that sort of kind of question goes to this, where it's like, does YouTube, like, care around a state of mind that can make you like this? Or, like, is it all personal, or does YouTube have any side to it at all? What do you think?
I don't know enough about YouTube, to be honest, because here's the thing is I figured out, I think last year, that I actually watch YouTube wrong compared to other people.
What do you mean?
Because other people, like when you go on YouTube, what do you watch? Just in top five things, top 5 genres that you watch.
That's a really tough question.
But, like, you can be broad about it, just like...
Okay, I'll give you at least 3 because it changes. Probably, like, podcasts, music, and essays.
Okay, so for reference, all I watch on YouTube is gaming. That's it. So, like, there is this whole part of YouTube that I have no part in whatsoever.
Like memes and...
Yes, like...
budget stuff and...
Yes, memes, skits, budgets, stuff.
Oh, comedy. I don't know. I'm so dumb. I completely forgot.
But yeah, all that stuff, I never, ever... I mean, even, like... I'll maybe watch, like, one of those animated infographics from time to time, but, like, other than that, I never watch anything beyond gaming stuff. So it's just really weird to see this whole other side of YouTube. Because when I say gaming stuff, too, I mean, like, gameplay and maybe a few reviews here and there. I didn't watch reactions, though, because I didn't think they were interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Well, that's kind of the thing, too, is that, like, there's all these things, there's all these different subgroups, so, like, that's a good thing in the sense that you can find your community, but, like, I'm just trying to figure out if YouTube, not that, like, YouTube caused this guy to kill himself, but, like, did YouTube, like, is there a sense of, like, negativity in YouTube somewhere?
Well, I think...
Besides, like, just the comment section, but...
Yeah, because that's a whole other issue. But I think I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about it. I don't watch people when they complain about how YouTube's having an adpocalypse or when...
Or, like, this crazy thing was that, Etika went on, I'm sure you're familiar with Drama Alert.
Kind of. I don't know what it is.
You don't know what Drama... Okay, so
no.
it's going to sound real dumb for me because a lot of people do know what it is. It's going to sound real dumb for me explaining it, like, to our 10 most valued fans. And Mr. Mueller.
Just remember, you guys were the first 10.
Yeah, and Mr. Mueller is he might not even know. So
he probably does.
Anyway, so this guy Keemstar, he like looks at all the drama on YouTube and all the other social medias, and he comments on it, and then like he likes to start feuds sometimes, just so like he'll get more clicks when he reports on it. It's like Philip DeFranco, but just drama, like just stuff that is not like worldly and drama. Well, yeah, that's what usually comes with it.
That sounds. Okay.
Anyway, so he had Etika on for some reason. I can't remember. I think it was because like they were talking about his mental health because he had been doing like some weird stuff like before it all happened, and Keemstar like mentioned like something about Etika killing himself, like he should do it or something, and then like a week later he actually kills himself, and so people were like, well, isn't it kind of weird that all these people say that, and there's a certain line that gets crossed eventually where like because the source is on YouTube, it either subconsciously or directly like leads to that event in some way. I don't know if that's the case or true, but I think it's interesting to think about. Because like instead of like TV shows like Netflix, you have all these different people that make shows. Like Supergirl has certain groups of people making it that are in the left field of things. So when they produce, they have like a leftist view and they try to promote that. Like their whole season, or like the last season, was all about like equality for all kinds of people. So they used humans and aliens, but it was more like races and transgender
Which
people.
They used to do in the past. Because I know for a fact they used to do that with Star Trek, and there's another show too. I don't remember what it was though. But the main one that comes to mind is Star Trek used to do stuff like that. Although I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just because we didn't live in the time, but I feel like subtly is the wrong word, but I guess less aggressively. Like, to me it's like Supergirl has the exact same problems. Like you said that in the show they have the aliens stealing jobs or whatever, right? Which is the same problem that we have here in the US, supposedly. I don't know. I don't keep up with politics, so I have no idea. But I remember in Star Trek, because racism was the problem at that time, because it was the 60s,
yeah.
Jackson?
Yeah, 60s.
63.
Well, they had the racial kiss, which was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
It was the first time they had a kiss like that between a black person and a white person, like
which
on
it was
film.
A big deal. And I remember they talked about this on a documentary, and it was an episode where they had this race of aliens where like some of them had a black
side and
a white side. And one of them was like, yeah, he has a white left side and I have a black left side. Like, we're completely different. And like by looking at it through that lens, it really made you think like, oh, like they're getting so bent out of shape about nothing. They're still the same race. They're still the same people. And I feel like by doing that, they kind of subtly put in like, hey, we're all people no matter what color you are.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting way to do it without just outright saying it.
Well, the whole reason I brought up regular television was because what I was going to get to was like YouTube. Okay, so back to the Supergirl thing and more shows like that. Like they're made by groups of people that try to promote different ideas. Like Star Trek was more so promoting the like ideas that would later lead to common themes such as like equality for everybody and not as much political like for the state of our world,
I mean, it's
but
also,
like human qualities.
Yeah, it's also a cool thing because they're from the future, so in their time that's like something
it was already fixed.
Yeah, that's already a thing.
But like with Supergirl, like I feel like a lot of stuff is promoting stuff that is now, but it's just skewed and it's more towards in your face and exactly what it should be in real life. Now, what I'm saying is that people that make those kind of shows and promote that sort of stuff, like they have their own views, and you kind of get an understanding for what they think by watching their show, like through Supergirl.
But it's so forced that it feels aggressive.
Yeah, but like taking that whole thing aside, I'm saying that like YouTube, when you watch a video, you can't necessarily get a like idea for where they're coming from, and I feel like sometimes the signals can get mixed, and sometimes it can get messy, and maybe that's like a reason why you just have to be careful when you're on sites like that, because like you could maybe pick up on stuff subconsciously, like views and ideas and stuff that would be like risky to yourself, or in some ways, because you can't understand, you can't process it as well as you can if it's so like black and white, ironically, just because like the old television. Anyway, that was my essay on that topic, and we're almost out of here.
That was a deep debate we had right there.
Well, you gotta have everything. It's the finale. We had anime. Now we had
anime.
Yeah.
Shoot, that was a while ago.
We had like it was like 3 hours ago. We had 45 minutes of like anime. Anyway, shoot. Now we gotta pick up the pick. Pick it up.
We gotta finish strong.
Finish strong. Finish happy. Rest in peace, Etika. Now, let's get to this part.
Let's talk about something that will make the audience smile.
All right. So
Is that the computer?
we're going to talk about something that's going to make the audience smile. I think that we should talk about would you rathers. I got some good would you rathers I saved up. No, I saved up some good would you rathers.
But you know how I feel about the would you rathers.
Why don't you like would you rathers? I got them right here.
Would you rather same page.
Would you rather have terrifying nightmares every night or see scary things that aren't there? These are pretty good. I saved the pretty good questions. Like I went through and I looked at some.
Seeing things that aren't there because nightmares are more consistent.
See, and then when I voted on this, a lot of people said the nightmares every night. But can you imagine every single night you're seeing something that would haunt you in real life?
I mean, you probably would see stuff, so let's be honest. Let's be real.
Yeah, you have a chance of doing it anyway. You have a chance for both anyway. Okay, would you rather using your bare hands in the life of an average human baby or 100 cute puppies?
Wait, would you rather using your bare hands and the life of...
Yeah, so are you strangling a baby or are you strangling 100 dogs? I said the 100 dogs because I'm not going to kill one of my kind. But thinking about it, 100 dogs, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's...
After about dog 10, you're like, oh man, I got to keep going.
You're like desensitized.
If I get breaks...
What kind of a question is that?
It's one of the ones I saved.
I don't like it. I refuse to answer.
You refuse to answer? Okay,
I refuse to answer. Would you rather?
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button in your life?
Pause button.
I said rewind.
But yeah, that's a...
Because you could rewind it once and change it, and then if you don't like it, rewind it, do the exact same thing you did the first time. Pausing is just like, I'll save this
pause. I don't know. For me, pausing, it's kind of like stopping time. So it's like if you stopped everything and you were like, yo, what do I need to do? You'd have all the time in the world and you wouldn't have to keep rewinding.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, if it's any kind of effort to rewind, maybe it would be
it's just a button. Like that was easy, but it's a button that just...
How far do you have to say?
Just hold it down.
I'd be kind of worried I'd go too far back.
Yeah, what if you were pressing it to go back in time, and then I don't know, something happened where something just kept pressing it, or what if you left the button somewhere, and then something fell on it? Yeah,
overnight and something. But here's my question, which would kind of decide it for me. If it's paused, can you mess with stuff, or is everything frozen?
I think you have to be able to unpause it. So I think if you're holding the button, then you are not paused, but everything else is paused.
So could you interact with stuff? Like, could I pick up a paper or a pencil?
Yeah.
Oh, then totally pause.
But if you rewind, you could just do it anyway, and then if somebody's like, hey, don't do that, just rewind, don't do it. And then you did it the first time.
I don't know, I'd still rather pause just because it's a cooler moment for me to be in that hey, everything is completely frozen.
The only cool thing about the pause button that I can see for me choosing it over the rewind is that way you could take someone with you through the pause button. Like with the logic I just described, if someone else was holding the pause button with you and then you pressed it, both of you would be able to do
that'd
whatever.
Be cool. Yeah, I'd pick the pause button personally.
All right, here's another one. Would you rather be half your height or double your weight? I thought this was
double my weight every day.
I said double my weight because we're short, and so if we were half our height, we'd be 2 feet.
It's true. Honestly, for me, it's double my weight is 200 pounds. And it doesn't actually say you get fatter. It just says double the weight. So, like, you could just be really dense.
Or muscular.
Which would be really cool, in my opinion. Like, could you imagine walking around and leaving footprints in everything, and everyone's like, whoa!
Yeah, but then, like, you couldn't get on an airplane.
That's true.
Fall right through it.
I'll have to walk. I'm gonna need that pause button so I can walk everywhere.
Oh, dude, that's all right. You sold me. I think you may have sold me on the pause button because, like, you could pause water and walk on water.
That'd be cool.
But then like, if you're walking to Hawaii, it's gonna take you at least a day. You're gonna have to camp out on the water.
Oh, dude, it's gonna take you
but
way more than a day.
But the minute
it takes you a day to get there by plane.
But the minute you like camp and then you accidentally hit the pause button, you die. And if you hit the pause button while you're in the water, you'll saw yourself off.
Or, well, I mean, this comes back to my question of can you interact with stuff? Like, if I wanted to pick up anything, could I pick it up? And if I can pick stuff up, can I fall through water? Like, does physics still apply to me?
Physics apply, but everything that was, like, malleable and soft becomes hard. And, like,
so, like, here's my example.
The
so,
mass
like,
all sticks. And
okay, so, like, let's say there was, like, not a string, like, a ribbon
mm-hmm.
that was going from one building to another, and I paused time. Could I walk across the ribbon like it was solid?
Yes.
So, yeah, that'd be cool.
It's like ice. It's like freezing ice. Or whatever.
Yeah, I'd pause button every day. Anyway.
Would you rather be able to talk with all animals or be able to speak all foreign languages? I think that's an easy question.
Foreign language, well...
Because why would you want to talk to animals? What would you...
Yeah, they probably don't have a lot of
most of them are
stuff
stupid.
to say.
Yeah, most of them are dumb. This isn't a cartoon where they're like, oh, dude, I can shake all this stuff. Or,
yeah.
Like, if you said it to a dog, you just hear food, 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 please, help.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you can say, oh, I'd love to be able to speak to animals, but, like, if you could, like, you don't know if they'd say anything.
But all foreign languages,
all foreign languages is like, dude, you could talk to anybody, anywhere. You could get paid a lot of money.
You can have all the friends.
Because translators are super well paid. Because nobody wants to be able to speak languages.
Yeah.
At least here in the U.S. and other countries, it's common. But
anyway, so we got a couple more. Let's see here. We got, what's this one? All right. Would you rather find out the life you are living? Oh, this is a great question. Would you rather find out the life you are living now is an ongoing memory, and you were actually older and looking back on your life with lifelike detail, or so you're old and you're looking back, or your life was a very detailed imagination coming from a younger you imagining your future? I think the younger one.
I would prefer the memory, actually, because it means everything is real, and it would mean that everything I'm doing here has either already happened, like, it's guaranteed in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, it's like, yeah, an imagination's great, but, like, knowing that I'm doing things that are actually important is important to me.
I think I picked this one because, by this one I mean the younger one. I think I picked it because I'm looking at this picture, and it, like, the picture they use to describe it is like just space and it's a whole bunch of planets, and like I put myself in the scene of this picture, like looking up at it, and so like I imagine this life ends and I find out I'm a younger person, but like I'm an alien, like on a different planet, younger.
I mean, like I'm not bashing you for that choice. It's just not the one I would pick. I completely understand why you'd want to do that, but for me, it's just like I don't want this life to be imaginary, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. How about, would you rather live in a world where there's no marriage or divorce? If there's no marriage, I think marriage makes more sense. If there's no divorce, whoever you pick that's it.
Maybe people would be a little bit more careful then.
So you're picking divorce?
Yeah.
Instead of marriage? Because if you pick no marriage, you could still have the same life we live now, except like you would just have to act like that close.
It's against my religion, so
you have to pick,
I have to.
You have to pick divorce?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. I got like one more. All right, see if this is a good one. Would you rather be a lawyer or a doctor? Nope, that's not a good
Doctor.
one. No, the actual last one I had was, would you rather save the life of a starving African child that you will never meet, or have an actual working lightsaber?
Oh, dang.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I picked a lightsaber, and the comments lit up, because they were like, how dare you, like all the people that, like they were like, how dare all the people that pick lightsaber not want to help kids?
Okay, okay.
The minute you
Let's break this down.
But the minute you pick the starving child, like it happens instantly. But you'll never meet them, and you'll never know that it happened. But you'll miss out on having a lightsaber. But if you pick lightsaber, it's like poof, there's the lightsaber in your hand.
Well, I don't know. Like, I want to save a child. And honestly, I'm probably not trustworthy with a lightsaber.
But
Not gonna lie.
Are you taking the lightsaber? Or?
Like, I don't know. For me, it's... You're never gonna meet them.
But they're gonna die, maybe.
Yeah, and see,
There's a high chance.
See, that's my thing, though. Like, they're a starving child, right? So...
The chances aren't good anyway.
Yeah, even if you save them, they might die. But, like, I don't know. I'd still have to do it.
Somebody said that they could just sell the lightsaber for a lot of money.
No one would buy it. No one would believe you.
If you, like, did it in front of them.
And then they'd say, yo, this guy's got a weapon. Get him out of here.
No, if I went to Mattel, no, it'd have to be like...
If I went to Vintage Stock.
If I went to a government agency and I was like...
And you were like, this bad boy can cut so many things.
Yeah. They'd believe me. Like, I'd let the research team take it and, like, dismantle it and put it back together.
I mean, I don't know. I just can't. I'd want to save at least one of those little dudes.
So, you're picking the life of a kid over a lightsaber?
Yeah.
You're a better man than me. Alright.
But you're a smarter man than me, so...
Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, I think we're at a point where...
Yeah, hour and a half.
That food was delicious.
When did you record that one?
So, like he said, the food was delicious. The podcast was delicious. And
I hope you guys enjoyed this longer-ish episode because all the shorter ones that came out the weeks before.
Yeah, we kind of pranked you. We said this was going to be a part 3 of a short one. We just made it longer. And,
you know, if you put all those short parts together, it's the same length as this one.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the first season of TheWordPool. We'll be back next time. We're going to, like, make it even better. And,
or more mediocre than before.
Yeah, and, our editor, who, the saga continues because I actually got a letter yesterday in the mail, and somehow he knew this was going to be the last episode. So let me just read it for you guys.
Wait, you don't give him updates?
I talk to him every now and then, but, like, I didn't tell him that this was going to be the last one. Last time I spoke to him was, like, the first time we did the shorter episodes. So anyway, I got this letter from him, and, because the main way we talk is email. So I got a letter, and he was like, yo, I think it's your last episode, so if I'm right, I just want to say, thanks having you on, or like, thanks for putting it on, but I am actually going to stop, so you're going to have to find a new one for season 2. So, for season 2, if you want to edit our podcast, nope, and I will have to find a new editor, so, I think that we should say bye, but real quick before we do, there's just one last thing I gotta do. Here we go.
Thank you once again for the finale of TheWordPool. We will leave now. Enjoy tomorrow.
Enjoy tomorrow.
Enjoy
I
tomorrow.
can't think of a better
Enjoy
thing to
tomorrow,
say.
the next day, and every day after that. Thank you guys so much.
You
And
can't tell, but he's toasting a glass right now.
And
So if you got a glass, you toast it.
Pour one out all over your keyboard.
Please don't do that. We're not responsible for any broken keyboards.
And we will see you in the next season
Season 2
of TheWordPool.